Hey guys, this is Mr. Grice for Algebra 2, Chapter 3.5 Notes, Part 3. Today we're going to be talking about formulas and equations with multiple variables. Now, here's a quick little reminder. When solving regular problems with one variable, first step is always to distribute or combine your like terms, get the variables on one side, and then SADMAP. Okay? When we're doing multiple variables, we're going to combine. We don't do any distributing, but then we use SADMAP. So it's pretty much the same thing. So let's go through a couple of examples. Now, example number 1, we've got a problem with one variable, and then we've got a problem with two variables. So we're going to show you the difference, okay? Now, when we have one variable, we're told to distribute, and we get 3x plus 12 equals 21. And then we're going to go through and solve. So you're going to subtract the 12 to both sides. You get 3x equals 9. And to solve for x, you divide both sides by 3. We get x equals 3. Okay. Now, over here, it's telling us to solve for y. So I want the y all by itself. Instead of distributing, right here, we're multiplying. So to get rid of multiplication, I'm going to divide both sides by 3, and those cancel. We're left with x plus y equals 7. Now, I want to get the x by itself, or the y by itself, I mean, just right there. We have to get the x to the other side. Those cancel. And we're left with y equals negative x plus 7. Okay? Not too much of a big change, okay? Just got to remember to follow the rules. Let's look at example number 2. It says to solve for x. So if I want the x by itself, there's no distributing, so now we're just going to follow SADMAP. So I'm going to get rid of addition or subtraction first. We have addition, so I'm going to subtract both sides. And we get ax equals w minus y. That should have been subtraction. Okay, now the way we write those is just in alphabetical order. So whichever letter comes first in the alphabet, that's what we do. Okay, now the x is still there. That's multiplication, so we're going to divide. Now, here's the way you can write your two different answers. Okay, you can keep it all divided by a, or you can say that that is w divided by a minus y divided by a. We are going to accept both answers. Okay? All right, let's move on to example number 3. This time we have to solve for pi. Okay? Now, between all of those is multiplication. How do you get rid of multiplication? I can't hear you. Say it again. Oh, that's right. You can't talk to me. I can't hear you. Hopefully you're saying, Mr. Grice, you have to divide. Okay? So remember, what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. Look, those cancel out. And we're left with v over r squared h, and that equals pi. Okay? You might get scared because there are all these variables, but it's really not that hard. Okay? It's just following the SADMAP, the reverse order of operations. All right, let's move over to the next one. It says solve for b1. Okay, so it tells us not to distribute, so I'm not going to multiply that across. I need to get rid of my 2 over 1. Okay, so, or my 1/2. But to do that, you multiply by the reciprocal. Those cancel out, 2 over 1 is the same thing as 2. b1 plus b2. Okay, so let's write down SADMAP over here so we remember. Okay, we can get rid of, because parentheses is all the way over here, we have to get rid of the multiplication or division. So we're going to divide by h so we can cancel that out. And we're left with 2a over h equaling b1 plus b2. Okay, now b1 is still right there. So we have to cancel the b2, subtract the b2, and what we're left with, 2a over h minus b2 equals b1. You're not doing any real math. That's just moving the variables and knowing what stays together and what doesn't. Okay? All right. C. That's what we're solving for. Okay, so the first thing we have to do, we don't distribute. We have to get rid of the t. So I'm going to divide by t. And we're left with r over t equaling k plus c. Okay, subtract by k to both sides. Those cancel. And we're left with r over t minus k equals c. All right. 6, the last one. Got to solve for t. Think you guys can handle it? I think so. Let's pause the video and see how you guys do. All right, and there you go. Okay, so you added the n to both sides to get k plus n, and then we divided everything by r, and remember you can write it either way you want to. Okay? Well, that's going to be it for Algebra 2, Chapter 3.5 Notes, Part 3. As always, if you have any questions, please come see Ms. Carranza or myself because we would love to help you out. Thanks for watching, guys.